everybody. My name is Indriana Putri Marianingrum, and today I'd like to presentation about classroom arrangement style. Okay, the introduction of classroom arrangement style. In classroom arrangement style, numerous sitting is available to educator, and classroom arrangement style has several styles. The first style is style of sitting in classroom. The first style is traditional style. Next is the horseshoe style, and then small group style, and then the runway style. Next is fire group style, and the last is the round table style. Okay, let's move to the traditional style. Traditional style good for studying on test prep for giving exam. Traditional style, this is a very widely used seating pattern. Tables are arranged lengthwise way and regular. A very widely used seating pattern, classroom atmosphere pouring, easily supervised student. So this traditional style is familiar in school because school in Indonesia is using this style. And this is an example of traditional style. But the traditional style is make classroom atmosphere is boring. But the advantage for traditional style is good for exam. And then the next style is the horseshoe arrangement style. Students often copy each other, suitable for distribution. Unlike the letter U, student can take center stage. Teacher can easily get to the students. Okay, the horseshoe style is this is the example of horseshoe style. The horseshoe style, like letter U, and the horseshoe style is suitable for discussion. That is the advantage for this style. But the disadvantage for this style, a student can cheating on each other. Okay, and the teacher can explain the material in the middle of the student, so the student can focus to the teacher when the teacher explain the material. Next is small group or group hold style. And this is the example of small group. Sitting arranged into groups such as 4 tables in one group. And then the teacher can supervise students in various groups, allow students to discuss each other in one group, and create a build teamwork student discussion. Okay, this style is the advantage for this style is suitable for discussion and teamwork. But the disadvantage for this style is make class is noisy because the student make a discussion with each other with their group. So make class is noisy and loud. And this small group is not available for exam because students can cheating each other. Okay, next style is the runway style. The runway style is like this. This is the example of runway style. The runway style used if there is a debate class, provides space for teachers to be able to convey material, arrange face to face, often visually, and students can bounce ideas of one another. So, sitting is arranged face to face and provides space for teacher to be able to convey materials to students while being able to teach students. Usually, this step is used if there is a debate class. And then this style is great for political debates because students can bounce ideas of one another. However, it does get loud and students on the ends of the rules often feel isolated. Okay. Next is pilot group style. Okay, this is the example of pilot style. The first is excellent for peer tutoring, create some space, student work well for a lab partner, and student compare with struggling. So this this is available for discussion. And I think this style is more good, more rather than small group, because small group is four people in one table, and this is a partner. And I think with this style, class not boring and not loud or noisy. Okay, the last is the round table style. The first is facilitating communication of classroom discussion. Students feel like they are part of the group. Shy students often feel exposed related to discussion activities. And this is the example of the round table style. In this type, all students feel like they are part of the group. So to summarize, it's best for creating inclusivity among students, facilitating communication of classroom discussion, and having the introduction of member. However, it is limited to discussion activities, and shy students often feel exposed. Okay, the next is I have video recommendation.
Today, we're going to talk about seating arrangements, as they can help or hinder student learning. There are three types of seating arrangements: traditional rows, U-shape, cluster or grouping. Traditional rows. This is the most commonly used seating arrangement in the world. The pros of traditional rows are: it's good for teacher-centered classes such as lectures. It encourages focus on the educator and content, and it's easy to implement with large classes. However, the cons can be: students can easily become disengaged during the lesson, not good for classes designed for conversation and interaction, and not easy to observe students in the mid to back rows. U-shaped seating, for classes that want more interaction between the student and educator. The pros to U-shaped seating are: encourages discussion and interaction, easy to observe students and provide one-on-one help if needed, and helps control some students with behavioral problems. The cons are: shy students may feel anxiety being part of one large group. It cannot be used with all ages to control behavior, and classroom size and number of students can make it difficult to use. Cluster seating. This allows students the chance to learn cooperatively. The pros are: the small group creates a safe area for students to interact. Shared knowledge on group work increases individual knowledge. And the educator can easily assess students or monitor student work. The cons can be: some students may only copy work and are not engaged in learning. Also, it's easy for students to talk to each other and not listen to the educator. And placing students in groups doesn't mean they will work as a group.
Okay, that is a video recommendation about classroom arrangement style. Okay, next is question and answer. Do you have any question, guys? Okay, Isma. What is the benefit of using the horseshoe arrangement style? Okay, the question is the benefit of using horseshoe arrangement style, right? Okay, the benefit of using horseshoe arrangement style is because horseshoe arrangement style is like letter U, so that is suitable for discussion. And then a student can focus on the teacher because teacher can explain the material in the middle of the class. Okay, that is the benefit of the horseshoe style. Okay, thank you. Okay, any question again? No? Okay, thank you. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.